Hello everybody, John 12 back here again with another video, and I'm here to give you some more breaking news regarding the upcoming Ghost in the Shell live-action movie. Now, of course, there hasn't been really a lot of real news to really break when it comes to this live-action adaptations, mostly due to the fact that they essentially moved back the release date for this movie, so more than likely we won't be getting, as us hardcore anime fans, we won't be getting any legitimate amazing breaking news regarding this movie until we get closer to the release date, which won't be until March of 2017, which is a pretty long way from now. But that being said, we already know a few things, like the director that's going to be, helming the project. We already know that this movie is going to be made by DreamWorks and Paramount Pictures, and essentially that Scarlett Johansson has been cast as the lead for this live-action adaptation. Now, for me personally, I differ with a lot of fans out there. A lot of people are kind of like, for some god-awful reason, are really, I guess, still stuck on the idea that Scarlett Johansson is the lead of this movie. For me personally, if you go back and watch any of my prior videos talking about this project, I have no qualms with Scarlett Johansson being the lead of this movie. I have no qualms with it. I think it's a brilliant choice. She's one of the, top highest paid, working actresses of today. She's freaking wonderful. She's amazing. She can lead a movie. She's proven that she can lead a movie. So I have no qualms with her abilities to portray the lead in this project. The only problem I ever had with this movie was the people who were physically making it behind the scenes. The director, I'm not a real big fan of who they chose for this. DreamWorks hasn't really had the best of luck lately when it comes to developing projects. And for me, I just want some really good talent working on my live-action adaptations to animes. I mean, like, we've seen what happens when you have untapped potential working on anime projects. They fall on their ass, they don't know what they're doing, they fuck with all the source material, and shit goes down terribly for us anime fans who have to go and witness this bullshit. However, there is a silver lining in any of this. Besides the Scarlett Johansson thing, we do know who has been tapped to possibly write and helm this project, and that's of course going to be the writer of Straight Outta Compton, Jonathan Herman. Now, before anybody says, well, what does that have to, how is that a success? I mean, Straight Outta Compton is nothing like Ghost in the Shell. I will agree with you. Straight Outta Compton is nothing like Ghost in the Shell. It's two completely different universes, two completely different kind of projects. However, Straight Outta Compton was a major success. It was one of the biggest movies of the year, and a lot of people would consider one of the best movies of the year. It was amazing. I personally, don't judge me, but I still have yet to see it, but from based off what I've seen and based off what I heard from people I know, that movie was amazing and deserves all the credit it got over the course this year, and I wouldn't be surprised that it pretty much by the end of this year will end up winning pretty much every award in any ceremony of how successful it was. But regardless of any of that, Jonathan Herman, I guess, has proven himself basically over the course of this year alone that he could write awesome projects. Now, granted, there's a whole bunch of different kind of factors in this, because he's only been tapped and brought in to overall the script. So that doesn't mean that he's going to stay on forever. I'm pretty sure someone else, they're going to bring in, possibly end up other people. If he decides to leave, he gives away his treatment to DreamWorks. They decide to bring another writer to refine it and do a much more refined screenplay over it. So it could end up in totally different kind of stance than it did when he first wrote his script for this movie. However, I have faith that he can do something really cool, and overall, I'm just excited for this movie. I mean, I've been wanting to see some fucking developments when it comes to this movie. I mean, we already know that, lots of Hollywood studios, as of right now, are planning on major freaking motion pictures for anime adaptations like Ghost in the Shell, which is this project, Naruto, Bleach, if that's ever going to get off the ground, and not to mention Death Note. So there are so many anime projects that are in the works right now, and to have someone who's as good of a writer as Jonathan Herman, who was, one of the guys who wrote the screenplay for Straight Outta Compton, which was one of the big successors of this year, then I'm pretty sure he can do a pretty decent job with Ghost in the Shell. And of course, they released a little, just a little summary of what the movie essentially is. Apparently, in the film, Scarlett Johansson stars as a special ops cyborg who leads an elite task force called Section 9 for Honka Robotics. Section 9 is devoted to stopping the most dangerous criminals and extremists, led by the Laughing Man, whose singular goal is to wipe out Hanka's advancements in cyber technology. And that's essentially it. Overall, the only thing I can really hope for is that DreamWorks really goes all out with this movie, number one. Number two, I hope they get a different director. I just want a better director. I just still don't have any faith with the director choice that they have. If he ends up, overhauling this project, which I hope does not end up happening. I hope, in between now and 2017, they do some major changes when it comes to the director choice. But regardless of any of that, still really awesome, good writer that they got on. Can't wait to see what he puts out. And I guess we're just going to have to wait patiently for the next piece, a little tidbit of news, till 17, because we're not going to get shit until 2017. I mean, I don't know. It's just going to be crazy. I want to see this movie, see if it goes out anywhere near as good as I envision it in my head, which more realistically probably will not end up happening, but I'm going to stay optimistic. Let me know what you personally think in the comment section below. Do you think it's great that they brought in the writer of Straight Outta Compton to write this anime adaptation? Are you a fan of Straight Outta Compton? Did you hate it? Did you like it? Well, let me know your personal thoughts on the writer choice. Let me know your personal thoughts on the project overall. Do you still feel that Scarlett Johansson is a terrible choice, or are you with me and you think she's a perfect choice to play the lead in this movie? And overall, your personal thoughts on the live-action adaptation of Ghost in the Shell. That's going to be it. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JohnSk12. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and this has been JohnSk12.